Alright, we're live on Wisdom right now. And yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello everyone, wherever you are in the world right now. I hope you're all feeling safe. I hope you are all looking after yourself as well. And I was just meditating with Michael McIntosh on my Insight Timer meditation app, and I, I I just felt this this sense of peace in my life, just coming in my life. This sense of peace from the universe. I mean, I guess the universe is a very big field in the universe out there. Always wondered, is there a spiritual side to business? Spiritual side to any currency out there? Like, I think there is. I mean, we get told that where attention goes, energy flows, or something like that. If you've ever heard of that, that is a good point to have. So I wonder, if you've been in times of need, and you just left it up to the universe to decide. And then you find out that, yeah, things are just working out for my life right now. I was watching the Joe Rogan Experience last night with Snoop Dogg, because I like Snoop Dogg, and he's a great, musician. Man, that was awesome. Very talented work he has. So I wonder if, where our talents are, whatever your talent is, can be music, uh, you know, sport, economics, history. I guess we all have our talents. There is a secret to the universe. And there is a power to the universe as well. I mean, just because shit. We've had we had the 2008 global GFC, global financial crisis, but it should not stop us from going out there and, making a positive impact on the world today. I mean, we only live life once as well. We can only live the best life we can. And yeah, there is a power in the universe. But what we do with that power, we can make it a positive power or a negative power. And finding out, who you are. I mean, there's so many. There's so many, philosophy books out there that are all saying the same thing. However, we have to put it into practical use. I mean, there's so much information out there on spirituality. I mean, I enjoy being a student in spirituality. The point is, it's all about who you are inside, finding the real you. And I mean, people can say, "Oh yeah, you should do this and this and this," but it's all about what you want to do. And I invite anyone on stage who would like to share their experience with the universe and you know where your journey is and what do you see going in the future as well. I mean, I guess there is, if we want to have a positive future, we have to, find out, where am I going to be as well. And I mean, these are a lot of these questions that I'm constantly asking myself. When I was 18 years old, I was like, what was I going to do for my career? Where was I going to go? But I'm here doing what I love doing, podcasting on Wisdom, YouTuber, writing music on Spotify and, Bandcamp as well. It's all about finding your passion, your hobbies, and hanging around the right people. I mean, when you hang around the right people, you find you are more productive with your work. You actually perform much better. You know. So I wonder if there's anyone listening to the show, the Stephen Shields radio show right now, and like to come on stage. If you do, feel free to join. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what you do for your career, how the universe has impacted your life as well. Because I truly believe there is a power in this universe that can be good or bad. You know. I mean, there is such thing called karma as well that goes around. What goes around comes around. Karma, yes. And if you do good to someone else will do good for you. And that is absolutely true. Absolutely true. You know that. Finding out, the truth in your life is such a blessing. It really is such a blessing. You know, finding out why I'm here on this earth as well. Is, important. What's that positive aspect of my life that I'm gonna manifest? What's something positive that I'll manifest in my love life, my business life, my friendship? You know, I invite anyone to join me on stage and talk about their experience with the universe and how the universe has helped you in your life, your business life, social life, relationship life, your intuition as well. I'm all the way in Sydney, Australia right now, recording the Stephen Shields radio show. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show and turn on your notifications so you get new episodes every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. I really enjoy this platform as well. It has, helped me grow my podcast. I think there's going to be some future updates on wisdom as well. You never know, because this this audio app is, yeah, it's just different. It's much better than the others I've tried as well. You know, positive energy is a wonderful way to start your morning, you know. Right now in Sydney, Australia, it's 8:40 a.m. in the morning, and you know, I'm just sitting here giving my daily message to you. And this is just wonderful. This really is wonderful, guys. It really is a blessing. So yesterday I was just putting together my next music video. So I got a new music video coming out called The New World Order. Maybe the next week or two that'll be ready for YouTube as well. So I'm always uh, trying new things creative wise. And I'm just having my coffee right now, my morning coffee. Yeah, I'm always getting more creative with my work. Finding new strategies is how I've basically felt. And yeah, having gratitude. Gratitude was something that was never taught gratitude for some reason as a kid, to be thankful for what I really have. How's gratitude impacted your life? Let me know. Yeah, feel free to jump up on stage, wherever you're tuning in from. I'd love to get to know you on Wisdom as well. This is a wonderful app. I really like. I really see a future for the Wisdomers. You know, when you have a nice community of people who want to succeed. I can see we got someone waiting. All right.
Well, mate,
Hello. How are you?
great.
Where you from?
Right now, I am in Georgia.
Wow. What do you do for your career?
What do I do for my career? I drive and I make money out of my vehicle.
Okay, you like a Uber driver or delivery driver?
Yeah, been there, done that. I've done all of them.
Yeah, I used to deliver pizzas when I was in my university life. But yeah, you feel are you
Pizzas.
looking for a change in your life as an entrepreneur? What are you looking at
I mean,
doing?
who hasn't? We all want
Mhm.
change, but we all have to make the change. Now,
Mhm.
I was interested in the title, the ultimate secret of the universe.
Mhm.
That's great. I would like to
Mhm.
conversate on that topic and
Go
exchange
for it.
some ideas.
Yeah.
So, what did you have on that topic? I'd like to hear what
Let's
you'd have to say.
Yeah, I was just saying, surrounding yourself with the right kind of people who have a vision, gratitude as well, and you know, I think stopping negative energy. I mean, this goes in business too, because I'm new to business, and yeah, intuition.
Oh yeah, there's so many different terminology. See,
Mhm,
now when I think of the ultimate secret of the universe, like the actual secret of the universe
mhm,
that people want to know about, I believe that the best manual for humans on planet Earth is the Bible.
mhm,
It
mhm,
is the best manual. When you actually read it, it
mhm,
connects with your intuition.
mhm,
The spirit of truth actually it connects with as well. And it just makes sense, but it's difficult to live that kind of life. Of
mhm,
course, it's hard to, I mean, the pleasurable things we all want to do and the things that are non pleasurable have more reward over time. You know what I
mhm,
mean?
mhm,
So it's like, it's interesting how that book already explained that, and it was written like a few thousands of years ago. And
mhm,
also, when we think about this world we live in, I feel like humans are today are very unaware that this is also a spiritual world, that there is a physical natural world and an
mhm,
unseen spiritual realm, if you want to call it
mhm,
that. I just call
mhm,
it the spiritual world pretty much because it's still here on earth,
mhm,
but you can't see it in natural eyes from those who still live in the land of the living. But
mhm,
those whose spirits have moved on and are still alive, some of them, I believe there might still be some people who hang around and you just
mhm,
never see them.
mhm,
And the real goal in life is to connect to your creator, the person who ultimately made you. And you thank God that the person who ultimately made us is good. And you know the Bible also says that God is good, God is love, and love conquers all things, which it actually
mhm,
does. So when I think of the core belief of the secret of the universe and thinking about just how I grew up learning about, Christianity and all that and not really being aware of its knowledge
mhm,
until later on as an adult. Almost kind of like a double awareness of something you've already been told, but you get a second look at it and you're like, oh shit, this is actually real.
mhm,
Based on experience for me, I mean, I had an experience that gave me a revelation of it. Some people, you know, I don't even know if they're fortunate. I think people, whoever comes across a revelation such as the spirit of truth, is so fortunate because it clarifies everything and it sanctifies everything. And I mean, it's crazy. I mean, even like the Bible, like it explains to us that you can actually even receive physical healing from for your body from the word, depending on your faith and how powerful and how connected you truly are to your beliefs. And you can actually receive that. And it just blows your mind to think that the solution for all of mankind's problems has actually already been made. But of course we're not, we're in the lower parts of reality. We're not in the highest dimension. So we can't really see or understand how everything is working out for the good. But it blows my mind that we live in a world today that, the foundation of what this earth was built upon has been kind of perversed
mhm.
and, modified into its own thing. And science is amazing, and, facts and information, terminology is still all good and all, it all comes from it. But, I think I try to urge more people to take a second look to connect to that. So once you do that, it's really powerful. But it's difficult to do, but it's
So my
powerful.
question for you, what's your name, by the way?
Nameka.
Namaka, nice to meet you. My question for you, Namaka, is what does a true Christian mean to you? A real true Christian? Because there's a lot of people that say they're Christian, right?
Uh-huh.
I've met a lot. They go to church. Oh yeah, I'm a good Catholic, and then they come home abusing their wife, hitting their
What's a
kids.
real?
Yeah,
Well, when you
serious.
think about it, when you go back to the word,
Mm,
it does explain that all human beings have the knowledge of good and evil, and all of
mm,
us have failed short to come to the glory of God. Like we're all bad, to be honest.
mhm,
So not necessarily because you're a Christian and you go to a church and your family brought you up with that knowledge means that you're a good person,
mhm,
because you can still have the knowledge, but since we all ultimately have our own book of not good of the knowledge of good and evil in our own minds, no one else can read it. It's our own knowledge. You know, you always have that kind of dynamic playing a role where, some days you can make really good decisions and life seems to be going bad, and out of nowhere, your selfish desires might tempt you a little bit, and now you make a decision that's not as good as, those other good decisions that that are good and pure and
mhm,
holy and all that, just
mhm,
only because of the simple fact that you have the knowledge of good and evil in your mind.
mhm,
And so, what makes a true Christian? I think a true Christian is someone who actually comes across the Word of God in such a way that they believe it to heart. That's
mhm,
a true Christian. It doesn't necessarily mean that that person is good or bad or makes
mhm,
better decisions. That person may still make bad decisions, but if at the core of their heart, like they feel a stronger connection, they even feel, if you feel a guilt, let's say, like, I think sometimes Christians can tend to feel more guilty about their actions when they fall short of doing, being good and being pure and holy. You know, a real Christian, like when he sins, might hold himself accountable and be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like,
mhm,
uh, another person that says they're a Christian, that sins and doesn't really feel bad for it, like, that's not really a Christian. I mean, you could say that's a Christian, but like a real Christian, someone that's actually like connected to the Word, like has a deeper connection to the meaning and
mhm,
actually believes what it has to say. Because when you do the things you do in life and you read the Bible, like, it's the same thing the Bible says. So you're like, holy shit, like, I gotta get it together.
mhm.
So, like, you try
The
to
th-
conform yourself to be a better
it,
person.
exactly. I mean, because you know how many presidents of the United States said, "I'm a true Christian," like George Bush said he's Christian, and yet, because I like politics, I study it, and then yet he's always going on about war. And they all swear an oath to the Bible, and yet they're all doing dirty things in
Oh yeah,
Australia too.
yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Anyone that is in the eyes of the mainstream media
Mhm,
is smart enough to know that if you use cultural traditions and you claim and you're pro for it, if you just say it, you'll get the support of the people. Because people
mhm,
sometimes only believe what they hear. Let's be
mhm,
honest. But someone like you're a little wiser. You're like, yeah, no, he's bullshitting.
mhm,
But unfortunately, you have that. But the really cool thing about the word that I love, excuse me, is that it says that all things that are done in the dark will come to light. Pretty much saying that anything done in secret, whether good or bad, like, don't think that it's not seen, or
mhm,
that there's no, like, accountability for it. You know, not saying that you know people ought to live in a way that they feel condemned all the time, but
mhm,
when you think of, I mean, there's been our fathers before us, our grandfathers before us, our great grandfathers before us, our great great grandfathers. when you think of the grand scheme of the layout of everything going on, the end goal of it, I believe everything that says in the Bible is how it's going to fulfill. So you want to be, kind of, you do have a spirit that lives in your body that
Mm.
transcends after life is here is done. It doesn't just end. Like it does still keep going. Like there's another world that
Well,
is
we do
unseen.
see a lot of corruption with Hillsong Church scamming people out of all their money and saying, "Oh yeah, we're true Christians," but it's all become just money. Like
Well,
the Seventh Day Adventists do it too. Uh,
well,
cult.
that's the thing. I said that earlier. Like
Mm.
all humans are good and evil. Where I
Oh,
mean,
let's talk about cults for a second, because I went to the Church of Scientology. I took their free personality test, right? I thought this was just full of shit, what they're believing in. And yet they charge thousands of dollars for people to do it, and it's not even
yeah,
proven.
it's not reasonable. Everyone obviously knows if it's like a real what do you call this nowadays? Uh, a non what's that called again? A non-profit organization.
They say they are.
Yeah, I mean let's be honest. Like it's been written, the world is filled with corruption, both seen and
Yeah.
unseen, and there's so much of it that people ought to be more aware that it hasn't been fulfilled yet. We tend to feel comfortable because we're blessed with life and things seem fine at the moment, but when time really plays out, like we'll really have the revelation. So
Hmm.
that's what I try to expand people's awareness of this stuff because to me it's a little intriguing. I think it's kind of awesome that there's more to life than just life on Earth. I mean, thank God, that He had a plan for that. And
Well, let's talk the revelation, because I was doing a show yesterday, and I think it was a couple of days ago. I said, is this pandemic the signs of the second coming of Jesus?
is
We
it?
got all
Well,
this
yeah, it's one of the
earthquake.
signs. It's definitely one of the signs. I mean, even the world wars back in 1945, that was also a sign. It says that nations will turn against each other. There'll be wars. But, that was
Hmm.
over. But honestly, we think this is bad. I believe that the world has not truly seen wickedness as bad as they've seen it for whoever unfortunately will be here when the revelation takes place. I think the wickedness the world will see will be at an unseen level. Like that
Hmm.
will truly be brought to light, like he says. All things unto dark will be brought to light. And it's gonna play out in its most extreme way, but then he'll end all of it. Thanks. Praise the Lord.
Well, it's already
But
going on with wickedness in the world. That's been going on for years and years and years.
for years. See, the thing that people don't understand is that the wickedness that you see in the natural world, that there are, it says it in the word, that there are principalities, there are higher orders and high and low places that govern wickedness all throughout the world. There are actually persons, like a person, that they have names and they're wicked beings that you can't see that actually govern the evil going on in the world. So that's been going on. I mean, thank God we can't see it. I think it's interesting that we can't see it, but it's going on. And then so thus you have the natural evil playing out, going
Mm.
on. But it'll play its course, and thank God all things will work for good. He explains he had a plan for that. And when you think about that, it would take a really wise person to figure that out. A
Mm.
normal human being really wouldn't be able to figure that out. So, and that's the power of knowledge and wisdom. And, we're here talking about the secrets of the universe, just the power of knowledge alone. So I'm interested to seeing how all that plays out because even like the quote, love endures all, love is patient, and the fact that it does endure all is like it is. the most powerful of all commandments, because there's nothing more powerful than that. And
Mm.
as human beings, like, I mean, when you think about love endures all, like, we've never seen a sacrifice or heard of a story of a sacrifice like the story of Jesus Christ. Like, no one's ever
Mhm.
been able to replicate that in in that kind of aspect.
Mhm.
So it it shows you how, like, everything has a meaning and a purpose and its own value to say. Like, it's not all meaningless, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, it's yeah, a lot of history in the Bible, but how accurate is it? Like, or are these just stories, just man-made
Man,
by people?
well, the the stories in the Bibles, they're not like normal man-made stories. You know, it talks about angels, and it talks about, you know, miracles that you don't ever normally see. And you have to, I have to think, you know, the people back in those times, like, you know, you have to look at it this way: Adam and Eve, first parents, you know, a few hundred years or whatever, and you maybe have, like, you know, just Jacob, and then David, and then, you know, they were closer to the beginning of time, so they were closer to the creator.
Hmm.
And he played out, and he still does. I mean, you'll be surprised if you do enough research online, you can find, you know, spiritual stuff that, like, you wouldn't have a normal explanation for, and you'll question it, and you'll be able to find more than a few, and you'll be like, wow, this is actually going on. So nowadays, 2,000 years or even more than that, I think,
Hmm.
after all that happened, and, you know, people have made their own decision to not really be religious, and, you
Mm.
know, live their own lives and kind of make their own sense of religion. You know, some people haven't come across it. You know, it says, ask and you will see, seek and you shall find. So some people don't even knock on the door, they don't ask, they're not interested in religion at all whatsoever. So I mean,
Mm.
think about it. I mean, if you're not really gonna come across an experience where it's like, oh wow, this is real. like like
This is
I'll say
this
myself
is yeah. This
for
is what I don't understand. There's all these cults out there. Uh, Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't know, Mormons. They all say, "Oh yeah, we believe in Jesus," but they have their own version of the Bible. They take
oh
out
yeah,
stories.
I hate when I hear that. Like, you know, they'll try to be like, oh, Jehovah Witness, or oh, Catholics, and, you know, Catholics sometimes will do that. Well, the Catholic religion is, and you you think it's the same Bible. Like, it's the same
Mm.
Bible that we're all reading. You've all
Hmm.
put, you know, chosen what you wanted to believe, and it's like, that's not what it's about. That's not what we're here to do. To, you
Hmm.
know, nitpick, or if you believe in the Holy Spirit, or, you know, saying in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, or not. Like, you know,
Hmm.
sometimes people get picky and a little too self-righteous about their beliefs, and you got to be careful about that, because that's actually pride hidden in holiness, and that's really not holy at all. To be honest.
I
um
see it all the time. All the
yeah, I
time.
mean, Christians, we, you know, being a Christian, for me, I think being a Christian is difficult. Like, a real Christian has a hard time, man, to be honest. Like, the Bible even says it. Like, over time, if you're a Christian that ends up being popular, the world will literally persecute you. Like,
Mm.
they don't want to hear the good news. They don't want to hear someone telling them that they've been living wrong. Like, you know, people are more like evil than we think they are. So, you know,
Hmm.
I think for real Christians, like a real person trying to be an advocate for that, you know, one, I think, like, some people are lucky. One, you have to, you become accountable of your own actions. So that's kind of annoying. And then you try to spread the message, and then sometimes people will just shut you down.
Mm-hmm.
But like some people will take the title Christian and then, use it self-righteously, and you can see that clearly and distinctively and just be like, all right, that's bullshit.
Mm.
So
Right, so are you a meditator, or you studying in college at the moment? What are you
a
doing?
meditator. I've been getting into meditating more. I think meditating is really interesting. It's also a term I think mentioned in the Bible in just a different way. God tells us to just be still and he shall fight for us. So the idea of
Mm-hmm.
just being still. So meditating, I try to do that, just being still, and then, thoughts come in and then you want to do something, but it's just your moment to relax and be just the I am. So meditating, I definitely think is a great tool. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a great tool and it's a great outlet to not make stupid decisions in your life. you know,
Now, I've always liked Wayne Dyer's work. I think he's a legend in spirituality and teaching as well. Wayne Dyer is
Like
definitely worth
Dyer.
checking out. Yeah,
All
he's
right,
good.
I'll check him out. It's probably on YouTube.
No, it's good chatting with you today. Where can people find you on your social media, or where can they reach out to you?
Um, are you on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram.
All right, just type the word space, like the
Mhm.
universe, and then rude, RUDE.
Mhm.
It's just space rude,
Mhm.
and that's it all
Okay,
together.
got it.
It's the same picture.
Mhm. Awesome. Look, you have a good afternoon, and it was good chatting with you.
You too, mate.
Take care.
Thanks.
All right, that was an interesting, yeah, very interesting chat as well. It's always good to talk with someone on the other side of the world. Wow, and share different views on the universe. I guess there is a power and unseen forces that we just don't understand, and maybe science. I don't know. Will science hold all the answers to these difficult questions that we all have? But yeah, as I was referring to before about Scientology, which I really don't understand. Uh, it's not a proven thing, by the way, what L. Ron Hubbard created as well. I'm just putting my charger on my phone. But no, it's always good to talk and share philosophical views. And I invite anyone else who's listening in right now would like to come on stage and let me know where you're tuning in from and how you view today's topic of the universe. Let's give each other a follow, as if we can. We support each other on wisdom because this is a blessing, this app as well. I really enjoy having, my morning coffee and talking wisdom and getting to know people as well. That's what I really love about wisdom. But yeah, I guess the universe is very, very, very powerful, being that we don't have all the scientific knowledge about as well. Guys, if you're looking for keyword research and you want to grow your YouTube channel, I have the answer for that. Morningfame has helped me grow my channel. I will leave a link in the description as well for when this podcast is available. Uh, I've got music on Spotify and all your streaming services. To save any of your favorite tracks to your playlist, just put Stephen Shields. Links will be in the description. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shields Productions, so you get new videos every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. and share any of your favorite videos on your social media. This helps me grow my channel too. And I've got a Patreon, so if you'd like to donate to my Patreon page, and you get some one-to-one time with me on music as well. And I've got a Redbubble store with merchandise for the Stephen Shields radio show. If you want to support my work, that'll be a very good help as well. And I've got a new single coming out this year, so I'm working on a new single. And if you'd like to purchase my music and download it to your device, you can go to Bandcamp and do that. Bandcamp is very, very, very good for independent musicians. Uh, and there's a lot of talent, I think, on Bandcamp, on the indie scene. I like the indie scene better. I like talent. Yeah, you can purchase my track. You got it forever. You can download. If you need royalty-free music as well, you can go to my Pond5 or Motion Elements for royalty-free music. If you need some music for a project and you want royalty-free music, I will leave the links in the description for that as well. But yeah, it's always good sharing different ideas, and I'd like to invite someone else to come on the stage as well if they were inspired by today's conversation. And I'd like to get to know you as well on wisdom, because wisdom is awesome. This app is a blessing. It's very, very great technology. The power of technology. I guess someone had a vision to build wisdom and, had that dream to build this wonderful app to talk with people across the world. Yeah, spirituality is an interesting one at the end of the day. It's about finding, what works for you, what meditation practice works for you the best is what it is. That's spirituality. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just a student, by the way, but I enjoy these talks on wisdom as a part of my podcasts. As you know, I'm all about society and culture, and yeah, about what is going on in the world today. You know, it's all about living the best life that you can live, being the best you that you can live as well, and forgetting the past. Remember, I think it was 2018. I was going for a rough year at that time, and this is when I came across Insight Timer, and I discovered a track by Michael McIntosh, and it was just felt this sense of peace in my life. It's just like I was just letting all this baggage and crap go, because 2018 for me was a very bad year. I just had a lot of things happen, relationship wise, spiritual wise, just a lot of things were going on. For 6 months, just fell into a depression. But it was like I came across Michael McIntosh on Insight Timer, and I just felt this sense of, yeah, just this peace in my life. I'd play one of his tracks before I went to bed, and wow, I was amazed, really amazed. But no, it's always good talking to yous now across the world, and if there's anyone else out there who feels inspired to join the Stephen Shields radio show, and share your opinions on the universe. That's wonderful. If you could, let me know where you're tuning in from, how you viewed today's room, as they call it in social audio, room, the room. And the thing is, if you're going through rejection after rejection after rejection, I mean, I'm a believer in just uh, keep on going. If you have the faith in your spiritual practice, uh, and you truly believe in what you're doing is right, then by all means keep going. And I think it's consistency as well. At the end of the day, being consistent is definitely one thing we have to have as an entrepreneur, is consistency. But if not, this was a fantastic episode today on Wisdom of the Stephen Shields radio show. I love doing these. I love getting up, this time of the morning, about 8 a.m. It's probably my best time to do a podcast. If no one else wants to come on stage, I'll close the room right now. I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show. Turn on your notifications when new podcasts are available every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Don't forget to, if you'd like to share a donation to my Patreon page, that would help me as well. And you get one-on-one time on music with me. I've got a Redbubble store. I've got merchandise available. So if you're looking for merch of the Stephen Shields radio show, you can go to my Redbubble page. Also, if you want keyword research for YouTube, I am using Morningfame to research keywords on YouTube and help you grow your channel and get to your first 1,000 YouTube subscribers, and then we get to the monetization. Yay! We're getting monetized on YouTube. And I'd like to thank everyone who's supporting my work and my journey as an entrepreneur all the way in Sydney, Australia, because I love what I do, guys. And I'll close the room. Have a good evening, good afternoon, good night to you. Stay safe. Let's keep manifesting abundance, success, and prosperity in our lives. Bye for now.